Hey guys, welcome to today's video on tax policy. So first we have the 1099 form, which is... Okay, that should have caused all the gorillas to click away. Guys, this is an emergency. Let's say you wake up in a room butt-ass naked with 99 other dudes, and across the room is one big-ass angry silverback gorilla. Who's gonna win? You guys have probably seen this discussed all around the internet. The greatest minds from all over have come together to theorize, first of all, if there's even a chance of beating the gorilla, and secondly, possible strategies for taking on the silverback. Some are straight up military operations, others are creative, and one is, okay, it's just bestiality, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, no matter the strategy, I'm leaving no stone unturned, no banana unpeeled, because I, Adee, have once again gathered my highly acclaimed research team to figure out once and for all, is there any chance where 100 guys can take down a gorilla? Alright, first, before we talk about strategy, let's lay out the two teams. On the left corner, you've got your average day man. He's around 5'10" tall and 170 pounds. Some are probably pot-bellied dads who drink Bud Light. Others are college kids who drink Bud Light. And one guy here ate 3 $1 quesadillas from Taco Bell on the way here and is now facing the consequences. Anyway, that's the humans. Now onto the gorilla. Coming in at 450 pounds, at a staggering 5'6". Yeah, it turns out that gorillas are really not that tall. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being 5'6". Anyway, back to the silverback gorilla. Your average silverback is considered to be 8 times stronger than the average human. He's got a bite force of 1,300 psi. That's enough to crush right through bone. And also, he can probably bench press close to 900 pounds. Where did I get this number? I actually made a video on this exact topic. Check that one out after this one. So yeah, gorillas are pretty strong. I know, big surprise, but hopefully these numbers really help you appreciate just how big and strong a gorilla really is. Anyway, as far as fighting style goes, I couldn't find much solid research on what kind of techniques gorillas actually use. Turns out there's not a lot of academic literature on how gorillas fight. And since National Geographic has stopped answering my calls, I used the next best thing, ChatGPT, and this is what I got. See man, pick up man, launch man into another man. And yeah, I would say that checks out. So just to recap, they are 450 pounds of muscle, can run 25 miles per hour, can crush your skull with a single bite, and can rip off your limbs with ease. Anyway, with all that in mind and all of our scientific groundwork laid out, is there any chance that we could actually beat one gorilla? Strategy 1. The Tarp. You guys remember in kindergarten when the gym teacher would pull out a gigantic rainbow parachute? And we would all play that game where we go under the parachute and hide underneath it? Well, we're going for that exact strategy, but this time on the gorilla. 10 extremely brave men will be coerced into charging right into the gorilla with a gigantic industrial-grade tarp in their hand. Their goal? Get the tarp over the gorilla. After a bunch of peer-reviewed studies, the running hypothesis is that hypothetically, if you put a big tarp on a gorilla, hopefully it gets freaked out, has a panic attack, and just doesn't move anymore. Once the gorilla is completely defenseless, the other 90 men will charge in there and beat his ass through a tarp, I guess. I don't know. What do I think the chances of this strategy working is? You know, not very hot, because how are you going to get the gorilla to stand still long enough for these guys to get the tarp over him? Most people I know can't even parallel park, including me, so the amount of coordination it would take for 5 guys to pull this off seems unlikely. And even if you do get the tarp over him, this is a gorilla, so it's just gonna charge in any direction and get out of the tarp. Maybe I'm missing something here, but if you ask me, this plan is trash. There's like a 2% chance of it working. Strategy 2, the banana distraction. Now the rules say the man has to be unarmed, but they didn't say anything about being unbananaed. Let's say every single man smuggles in 2 bananas into the ring. Don't ask how they were able to sneak the bananas in, they were just really committed. Anyway, there is now 200 bananas of distraction ready to use against the gorilla. The plan from here is simple. Once the bell rings and the fight officially starts, every single person will throw their banana, and while the gorilla is distracted by all the raining food, the humans will strike. Seems like a solid plan, right? Wrong. Here's the thing, I did some research. Turns out that gorillas will eat pretty much every part of the banana tree except for the actual bananas. At least that's what gorillas.org tells me. I mean, I'm sure gorillas can eat bananas. There's a couple videos of them doing it. But it seems that bananas are not actually a gorilla's favorite food. I think the equivalent of this would be if you were getting ready to fight and people started throwing rice cakes at you. Like, unless you really like rice cakes, who are you? I think you'd just be a little confused and then continue to fight. Like, it wouldn't really matter. So while I do think this strategy might stun a gorilla for a little, I would still say that this strategy is really, really bad. I give it a 5% chance of working. Strategy 3, become the gorilla. Ever heard the saying, if you can't beat them, join them? What about you pretend to beat them by pretending to be them? Wait, I mean you actually beat them. Anyway, what if we dressed up one of our people to be the alpha gorilla? This fake gorilla could walk up confidently to our real one and then beat his chest, do whatever other dominance moves, a little cool spin move, whatever works to show the gorilla who's the boss. What are the chances of this one working? Strategy 4, the pyramid scheme. Look, while on our own we might not be the strongest compared to the gorilla, we are only as strong as we are united. And the pyramid scheme strategy will take full advantage of this. We gotta hope that there was a couple ex-cheerleaders in the 100 men, because we need to make a human pyramid. And then we send one very brave man to the top, preferably the frat guy, because he's probably drunk and he's gonna need that confidence, because we're gonna launch him straight into the gorilla. I don't know what he's supposed to do when he gets there, but that's the strategy. Okay, there's like a 0% chance of this working. Strategy 5, the forbidden distraction. This is the strategy. Now, like I said, no stone left unturned. So let's give this one a chance. You know what? No, I don't want to give this one a chance. This one's going to be a complete bust. Get it, guys? Bust? Because the gorilla is going to bust. Anyway, 0% chance of working. And I think someone should find this guy's IP and ban him from every zoo. Strategy 6, the nutcracker. Way before this whole debate was a thing, during quarantine, I'd asked one of my friends from high school what he would do if he had to fight a gorilla, and he said without hesitation, easy, I'd kick it in the balls. Now, I'm not gonna lie, back then I laughed, but now it's all so clear. Hear me out, I think this could actually work. Because think about it, a silverback gorilla is always the dominant male. So first of all, it's foolproof because the gorilla is going to have a nutsack. And if any guys are watching this video, which there definitely are based off the gender statistics of my videos, you guys know how much it hurts to get kicked down under. It doesn't matter if you're a 110-pound skinny guy or a 300-pound bodybuilder. This is the one Achilles heel of every man. So why would it be different for an ape? That's why I propose this to be the best strategy. If every single man fully commits, this is foolproof. I'm not gonna lie, it might get messy. The first 20 guys might get knocked out and killed, but that 21st guy is gonna be able to hit him square in the balls, and the rest is history. I give this one a 75% chance of success. So after all that, the strategies, the military-grade Tarp plan, the banana distraction, the other distraction, where do we actually stand? Can 100 unarmed average men take down an angry silverback gorilla? Hell no! Anyway, that's about it. If you've got your own strategy or other hypothetical for a video, let me know. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.